Hey, this is Daniel from Adorama. Today we're going to talk a little bit about lanterns, or Chinese lanterns. They're used a lot for filmmaking. Some photographers use them. There's the professional Chimera style lanterns, which is behind me over here. And then you've got your paper lanterns that people like to use as well, kind of more disposable. I want to talk a little bit about the differences and why you choose one over the other in certain situations. So let's start with the paper lantern. The most obvious thing is that it's very inexpensive. You're gonna pay $20, $25 for one of these things. It uses a regular socket inside, which you could build yourself, or you could buy one from a photo store. Please do not buy a socket at a hardware store because they generally do not handle the wattage that you need for PhotoFlood. So PhotoFlood bulbs kind of look like regular light bulbs, but they're color correct. So that's generally what people want to put into a China ball. But be wary because these things are made out of paper and you have a hot light inside. I have a 250 in this one, even though the directions say not to go over 150. So I'm gonna be very careful here, and if we see it light on fire, that'll be a different video. But anyways, so with the Chimera type ball, I can go up to 1,000 watts with this thing. Also, it's consistent fabric. It's made by Chimera. If I rent one now, or I buy 3 of them, or whatever I have, I know it's always exactly the same. So like most professional tools, it's gonna give you a consistent result. Also, you can use a lot of different bulbs in it. I can use the screw-in bulbs, the same PhotoFloods that go in that one. I can also use 2-pin style bulbs, halogen bulbs with this adapter. This is gonna allow me to have bulbs that run at a much longer life. PhotoFlood bulbs have a very, very short life, and you don't want to be in the middle of filming and having them blow out on you. These have hundreds of hours of life, all different power from 250 up to 1,000 watts you can put into this thing. In addition, these kind of lanterns come with a skirt. What the skirt's going to allow me to do is I can actually block off part of the lantern. This is useful if you're in a small room and you don't want all the light bouncing everywhere and filling in on your scene. So it gives you a little bit more control where your typical paper lantern is not going to give you that control. One thing I do love about the paper lanterns though is that they're very inexpensive, as I said, but also you could even have them in your scene. If you were doing a party shot, you could have this thing in the scene dimmed down as a little bit of fill or near somebody's face, and it doesn't look weird that it's in the scene. Obviously, this is like a professional lighting fixture. You don't want that in your scene. So let's take a look at what the light looks like with these. Right now I have them both turned up all the way, and as you might imagine, large light sources close to the model, I'm getting a beautiful even light over top of her. The 250 on the one side, the 1,000 on the other is creating a nice even flow. You will notice that it's actually pretty even though there's much more light coming out of, or much more wattage being used in this fixture. That's because this is thinner paper. It just makes sense. So if I were to turn this one off, the Chimera one, now we're just seeing the look from the paper lantern. It's really a beautiful look. It's a nice light on somebody. You can make a portrait like this. It's good for like overall. I like to use these for like scenes where there's multiple people talking. If we turn the Chimera back on and turn off the paper lantern, again, beautiful, soft, even light. So really, if you weren't looking at a wide scene like this, you may not know at this exact moment the main difference between them. I would say that long term, if you love the look of a lantern, you're going to use it a lot, the investment in the Chimera is going to make sense. If you use it once in a while, or it's going to get trashed where you bring it, then the paper lanterns are great to have. So thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and take some shots with some lanterns. Put them online, hashtag them Adorama NYC, and we'll check them out. I'll see you next time on set.